Our very next speaker is a woman who's been nothing less than a force for change. She grew up in a country which was at war, became an activist in her society fighting for peace, and when her and her colleagues found that the men trying to make peace were actually still making war, she came up with the best solution of all. The women locked all the men in a room. Now, we were thinking of that for today, but we thought, well, it's 2018. We don't have to lock the men in the room anymore, especially because there's so many women and because you men who have gathered here today are already part of the great and the good. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Nobel laureate, SDG advocate, the head of the Leymah Gbowee Foundation, Leymah Gbowee herself. Please be nice to everyone today, Leymah.
I'm always very nice, Lise. Thank you all so much for inviting me. There's a lot of pressure to end when fabulous speakers have already done their bit. A few years ago, I found myself in Libya immediately after all of the bombings. I was in a room with 100 young people. We were talking, having fun. And I made the mistake of asking them, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? Everyone started laughing. I looked at myself to see maybe I had a wardrobe malfunction. And one of the bold young men stood up and said to me, Miss Leymah, why don't you ask us where we see ourselves in the next 30 minutes? Because 5 years is too long. We don't see ourselves anywhere. We live by the minute, not even the hour. My heart was broken as an African, as a mother, but also as a global citizen. When wars are fought, billions. And I was looking at Libya and thinking of all of the bombings that took place. And imagine the price that people had to pay for those artilleries that they put in there, and all of the military gadgets. But at that moment, no one was willing to invest in peace. And by investing in peace, it means investing in the people that were left on the ground. For all of these goals to succeed, for all of us to have a world free of poverty and peace and justice and everything we aspire for as we do our daily tasks, we must invest in people. That's the highest kind of investment that we can give. Because without that kind of investment, we will continue to see wars, we will continue to see hardship, and we will continue to see negativity run around our world. As a woman, as an African, and as someone who has been around, my life, this life, would be totally different if there had not been investment in me as a person by my community. It's important for each and every one of us to invest in people. Then the planet will come and peace will follow. My aunt told me once that wars are planned by the wise, fought by fools, and the investments of war divided by the ignorant. We can change that, because the people that are called fools in the midst of that are those young people who have no hope of a future 1 hour later. And until we give them that hope by investing in their lives, we will never really see peace, because we'll always have a vast majority of people that will be called fools. This world that we live in, this planet that we all find ourselves on, can only be what we want it to be if we continue to invest. And I know a lot have been said today, Growing up, we never really knew hunger, my sisters and I, because we live in a tiny community where people shared every bit. The government came up with a slogan, population growth is everyone's problem. And because we live in that community, we had never experienced hunger. So we never really knew what it was. So we used to mock our mother every time we sang the song. My father built his dream house. We moved out into the urban area. The first night we slept in that house, the next morning, 2 little children came to our doorstep with empty bowls. Aunties, we are hungry. My sister and I look at each other because we had never heard that word in the 18 years of her life, in the 17 years of my life. And she looked at me and said, wow, I guess population growth is everyone's problem. But I tell you, I guess investing in peace, investing in people, investing in the planet, especially the people, is everyone's problem. We live in a global village. When I sneeze in my community, someone in this New York is bound to catch cold. Thank you.